First place in the Flyway Conference is squarely in sight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jordan King with you, and yes, the Vikings haven't been closer to the top of the Flyway stack in a couple of years as they are tonight. WLA is a game behind both Mayville and St. Mary Springs Academy for the conference lead, and tonight they welcome in the Ledgers in a Flyway rivalry game. If the Vikes want to win the Flyway, they control their own destiny, as do all four conference hopefuls do at this stage in the season, those being Springs, Mayville, Campbellsport, and WLA. But it certainly won't come easy for the Vikings. Before going to Mayville and welcoming in Campbellsport next week, the Vikes have to snap a current 3-game skid to their crosstown rivals tonight to give themselves the best shot at winning the league. As for the Ledgers, they're playing their best basketball of the season right now and are riding a 6-game winning streak. They are led by a trio of juniors that have Springs sitting 7-2 in the league and have a stranglehold on all the momentum in a Flyway conference that they won just a season ago. Should be a good one tonight. Starters, national anthem, all of the pageantry of a crosstown rivalry game coming up right after this. Stay with us. You're watching on WLA TV.
and gentlemen, Winnebago Lutheran Academy welcomes you to this evening's Flyway Conference basketball game between the St. Mary's Springs Ledgers and the Vikings of your Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, St. Mary's Springs Academy, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, where cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem. The Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association objects to activities, materials, logos, apparel, mascots, or gestures that are profane, vulgar, insulting, or offensive to others. The membership disapproves of any form of taunting or expression that is intended or designed to embarrass, ridicule, disrespect, or demean others under any circumstances, including on the basis of race, religion, gender, or national origin. It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Ledgers, a 6'3" junior, number 1, Josiah Long. A 5'10" senior, number 3, Luke Flitter. A 6'3" junior, number 5, Lucas Ramaker. A 6'1" freshman, number 25, Noah Long. And a 6'3" junior, number 23, Gavin Jans. The Ledgers are coached by Kyle Krieger and assisted by Ed Miller and Mike Forsythe. And now here are your WLA Vikings. First off,
I want to welcome you back in here to Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Jordan King with you for tonight's call between the Vikings and the Ledgers. It's a rivalry that dates back years and years here in the Flyway Conference. And tonight, a little extra on the line as both of these teams see a Flyway Conference title perhaps in their future. For the Vikings to make that happen, they're, as I mentioned earlier, going to have to snap a 3-game skid against the Ledgers. And the Ledgers trying to go back-to-back in the Flyway Conference. Just about ready to get tipped here. Reminder of the starters for the Ledgers. Number 1, Josiah Mowell is a 6'3" junior. 5'10" senior Luke Flitter. 6'3" junior Lucas Ramaker. Number 23 is Gavin Jans. He's a 6'3" junior, and it's rounded out by a freshman. Number 25, Noah Mowell. So Noah Mowell, Josiah Mowell, Luke Flitter, Lucas Ramaker, Gavin Jans, the 5 starters for the Springs. Ramaker, Jans, and Josiah Mowell all average above 13 points per game. For the Vikings, no changes to their normal starting lineup. They do get Noah Gensler back, who they were missing in their Monday night loss or Tuesday night loss at Kiel, a game that we'll get into, I'm sure, throughout tonight, but a frustrating loss for the Vikings. They were on a 5-game winning streak before they dropped that one and really should have had it won. That tip is won by Ethan Cole. Vikes in their home white with the blue letters and the Kentucky checkers down the side. Sam Lair has it as he drives the lane. That's poked away. Nice defense there. Lair collects, trying to look for Ethan Cole. Now going to dribble drive down the baseline. Kicks it out to Gensler. Gensler, top of the key. He drives middle of the paint, up with the floater, misses. And a good rebound down by Josiah Mowell. He quickly outlets it to Ramaker, and it's up ahead to Jans. Ramaker, the leading scorer, has it here on the left wing. Guarded by Ethan Cole, crosses him over. Goes down the left side of the paint, up with the right hand. And a quick start here for Gavin Jans. Ramaker, Lucas Ramaker, averages 16 points a contest, and he's got his first 2 quickly here. Vikings have it with Ethan Cole, who's between the circles, working on Jans. Nice bounce pass, but it's right through the hands there of Noah Gensler. A little bit of a mistimed situation there, and the Vikings have a turnover on their second possession. Springs will try to build on this early 2-0 lead. Here's Jans over to Ramaker. Ramaker to Mowell, down to Flitter. Trying to lob it into the other Mowell, and that's tipped away. Nice defense by Sam Lair, tipped and stolen by Lucas Wigan. Lair's into the front court now on the left side, down to the left corner. That's Gensler, who's going to drive off of a screen. Top of the key, Ethan Cole kicks it to Barr, who's been hot from 3 recently. Down the lane, he goes up with the right hand and finishes. Little floater there from about 12 feet from Aiden Barr. He's got his first 2 points. He had 29 the other night against Kiel. Barr's all the way up to 15.5 points per game. He's shooting over 30% from 3. And that's a blocking foul. Lucas Wigan stuck his knee out. And it'll be the first team foul for either team. First foul for Wigan as well. Otherwise, Ethan Cole would have been down the paint, and he would have scored his first points of the game. Trotting across the half-court line is Flitter. Gets it here to Jans. Jans looks down to the corner to Mowell. Top of the key, and good ball movement and good cutting from Springs. Underneath, Mowell gets free, gets his own offensive board, and finishes. That's a nice job there by Mowell, and a good ball movement, as I mentioned, by Springs here early on. Springs wearing their road blues, white numbers with the black trim. Bounce pass here to Ethan Cole. Going to fire up a 3. This one looks good. He hit it early. 3 ball for Ethan Cole drops, and the Vikings take their first lead of the night. Quickly up the floor. Mowell gets the feed from Ramaker, and Mowell's got his first points of the game. That's Noah Mowell. Noah averages 3.5 points per game. Here's a triple on the way, and it misses. Didn't hit anything there from Noah Gensler. And to the Vikings' benefit, Springs wasn't ready for the rebound on the weak side, and it goes out, stays with the Vikings. Aiden Barr will key it in for the Vikes. Look for Ethan Cole. Now looking to Lucas Wigan. That goes through Wigan's hands. Lair can't find a way to keep it in bounds, and another turnover here for the Vikes. Springs is taking care of the ball where the Vikings have not early on here, and it's gotten them a couple extra possessions. They lead at 6-5. Oh, that's a nice play down the lane and finishing, plus the foul. Luke Flitter down the paint, and he was hacked as well. I think that was Gensler. No, Sam Lair. That was good action there. Dribble drive handoff. Kind of you hand off on that dribble drive, and it's almost like a moving screen that never gets called. And Flitter, instead of handing it, took it down the paint. Old-fashioned three-point play, and a 9-5 lead for Springs. Aiden Barr into the front court, crosses a couple of times, down the paint, looks far side to Gensler. Another Viking turnover. No, they're going to say it was tipped, and it'll stay with WLA. Thought that might have turned over. Barr will try to trigger it in here. Tell you what, that's good defense by Mowell. Or check that, that's Jans that's guarding Ethan Cole. They're going to whistle that for a travel. About 50-50 whether you see that one called a travel in the high school, but I guess that's where we're going tonight. certainly looked like he put it on the floor, but he just moved so fast. Down the lane goes Jans. Nice feed underneath. Mowell has it. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Mowell. Not many get an offensive rebound when they're banging with Ethan Cole down there. And Cole's going to draw his first foul, I believe, underneath. No, they're going to tab that one on Gensler. 3 team fouls for the Vikings, none so far for Springs. Mowell got the offensive board, and now he's got his 3rd point of the game. Gavin Jans working extremely hard at the other end of the floor. Hasn't scored yet for Springs, who has now doubled WLA up early in this one. Jacob Tyson's the first chess piece moved off the bench for either team. Looked like Cole might have been in there early on that rebound attempt. No whistle, and 1 for 2 from the line goes Mowell. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole. Blocking foul, and it'll be underneath. About 6 coaches on the Springs bench jumped up there. They weren't happy with that one. Looked like a good defensive position. Instead, it'll be the first Springs foul. Cole went down the paint, and well, it takes some guts to take an Ethan Cole charge. He is a linebacker headed downhill, that's for sure. Down the lane, that's a nice finish by Sam Lair. Lair doesn't shoot extremely well from the field. He's about the same from 3 as he is from 2, or from the field. And that's going to be the first foul on Jacob Tyson. But down the lane, Lair there being aggressive early on. Like to see that if you're a Viking fan, and gets the Vikes back within 3. First foul on Tyson. Tell you what, Springs with their dribble drive really does put you under a ton of pressure, and I would imagine gets you in foul trouble fairly easily. Nice. Underneath goes Josiah Mowell, and he's got 4. So 3 for Noah Mowell, 4 for Josiah Mowell, and a 5-point Springs lead. They left Ethan Cole free from 3. He hit another one. Ethan Cole's got 6, both of them from 3, and the Vikings do a better job to get back, turn around, and understand that Springs is playing fast. Cole's into the passing lane now. He's looking for 5 straight points. He's going to have 5 straight points. Cole's got 8. Vikes have 12, so does Springs. Tied back up, a 5-0 run here from Ethan Cole himself. Down to the paint, Mowell keeps the pivot foot. Here's Jans on the drive, working on Gensler. Gensler goes straight up. Cole gets the board on the far side, tips it to Barr. Barr into the front court. No look pass under to Jacob Tyson. Jacob Tyson scores. That's going to force a timeout, and the Vikings are on a 7-0 run. Just like that, the Vikes turn a 5-point deficit into a 2-point lead. 14-12. And just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. It was all started by Springs miscommunicating on a Ethan Cole screen. I believe Aiden Barr was there too, and didn't communicate properly, left Ethan Cole free. Now, you don't want to leave Barr free right now. Aiden Barr was shooting about 26% from 3 about a week ago. He's up to 34.1%. He went 3 for 6 on Tuesday against Kiel, and last Friday at Laconia went 6 for 8. That'll turn around your percentage in a hurry, and it has for Aiden Barr. But you can't leave Ethan Cole open either. Cole's 2 for 2. Reestablishing, couple of subs in now for Springs. This is Sam Kuhn. First we've seen of Kuhn here tonight, and this is John Kuhn. So both of the Kuhns in. Cousins, I was told before the game. Ethan Cole almost into a passing lane once again. Here's Sam Kuhn. Looks to John Kuhn. Kuhn in the corner. Off of this shot fake and down the lane. Tyson thought he was straight up and down, but Jacob Tyson was not. That'll be his 2nd foul. So 5 team fouls for the Vikes. 3rd trip to the line here tonight for the Ledgers. Nice job by John Kuhn, who had it in the corner, went with the shot fake, and went right around his defender. That's going to prompt the introduction of Chop Simmons for the first time this evening, as Chop will come in and take Jacob Tyson out. 1 for 2 from the line for John Kuhn as well. So 3 for 5 to start here from the free throw line for Springs. WLA is 2 for 2. Both of them coming there from Ethan Cole. Or check that, the Vikings have not shot a free throw, pardon me. Here's Sam Kuhn after the steal by the Ledgers, and Sam Kuhn, that's a nice double clutch finish underneath by the junior. Kuhn and the Ledgers turn that into a 1-point lead now. 3-0 run out of the timeout, excuse me. Ethan Cole thinking about the three. He's going to trigger it over the hand. Down, man down. Ethan Cole hit another one. He's got 11. He was guarded there by Kaufman well, but Kaufman left his hands down. And you got to keep the hands up against Ethan Cole. Cole guarding Ramaker. Vikings leading scorer wants the leading scorer for the Springs. Oh, that's a foul. Nothing called. Aiden Barr was hammered, and they're letting him play now. I think they knew they swallowed the whistle, so they were going to let that play no matter what happened. Ends up with a Kuhn three, misses, and it's saved by Ethan Cole. Nice board. Aiden Barr's into the front court. We'll see if he just slows it down a little bit. Slow down is not in Aiden Barr's vocabulary. He kicks it to the corner. Ends up with Cole. Top of the key three. Almost 4-for-4 start here for Ethan Cole, but he'll settle for a 3-for-4 start. Here's John Kuhn down the left side of the paint. Nice play, and he goes up and under. Can't get it to go, though, and a rebound on the far side, Ethan Cole. He had 28 rebounds. That was not a misspeak. 28 rebounds on Tuesday night. Sam Lair, I'll tell you what, that doesn't count. The bump was before the shot and before the pass, so Ethan Cole got hammered going through the paint. They should let the subs come in. But Sam Lair did make that. No, Sam has found a tough time shooting recently. It'd be just nice to see one go in there under some reasonable amount of pressure. Sort of game-like. That's a dangerous pass from Barr. It's tipped out. Nice defense there from Flitter. Wiedmeyer's into the game for the first time for the Vikings as well. WLA with a 2-point lead. Cole looks for Barr. Barr's in the corner. Spins a couple of times and finds himself free. Now trap. Drives between the trap. No-look pass, and he's fouled. Otherwise, he was throwing it out of bounds. That was a slick no-look pass, but if you're going to throw it out of bounds, you got to be looking there. And Barr a little bit bailed out from the whistle. Vikings will key it in underneath. It'll be Aiden Barr as he looks for Simmons. Now for Gensler. Third option was Cole, and he comes back to his initial option of Chop Simmons. Chop using his weight, and down the paint, offensive foul. Good defense there from Flitter. Simmons was able to use his size to his advantage, get around the initial defender, but Flitter was waiting there and took the charge well. Sixth team foul. We've seen a lot of whistles here early on. And up the floor comes Flitter. Far side, that's Mowell. Top of the key, Kuhn. Looks to Flitter. Nice cut. I'll tell you what, until the Vikings adjust, they're going to continue to get Mowell free there. Mowell missed that one. Nice defense by Cole to go straight up and down and just affect the shot. Here's Barr. Barr with a shot fake. Goes to about 12 feet. Misses that one. Good rebound, Sam Kuhn, far side. Into the front court. This is Jans. Oh, that's a smooth move by Jans. He can't get it to go, and it's tied up underneath as Jans and Cole go tumbling to the floor. WLA won the tip, so it'll go back to Springs on the jump ball. Vikes nursing a 2-point lead at this point. That was a smooth move by Gavin Jans, though. My goodness. Through a couple of screens is Ben McGuire. Didn't shoot the shot, instead gives it to Ramaker. He's guarded by Cole Wiedmeyer. Ramaker, couple of jab steps, gets it down to Mowell. Mowell drives the lane, double clutches, can't get it to go. Cole almost tipped it in, but he gets the rebound. He had 26 defensive rebounds, 28 total, as I mentioned on Tuesday. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole, hammered, no whistle. Throws his hands in the air. Ethan Cole got fouled by two different Springs players there, no whistle. It's been physical. WLA has earned all 6 of their fouls, but the whistles have not come on the other end. Here is Cole for 3. Missed it short. Good defense by Flitter to just leave him out there at about 25 feet. Here is Mowell. Corner 3, looks like it was off, and it missed, hitting the side of the backboard. Cole Wiedmeyer in transition, bounces to Ethan Cole, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Flitter, I believe, is who they'll get on this one. And the first free throw trip for the Vikes will be Ethan Cole. Cole shoots it at a 68.1% clip, and will try to build on an already 11-point first 8 minutes or so. A slow first 8 minutes, might I add. A lot of whistles. These rivalry games get intense. Last year, the Vikes had players foul out in this game. Remember going back to that one. Of course, Player of the Year Aiden Ottery was playing for Springs. A lot of Flyway teams, I'm sure, happy they don't have to face him anymore. What a player. And 2 for 2 from the line, Ethan Cole. He's got 13 first half points, 13 of the 19 for the Vikings. Here's John Kuhn, hands to Josiah Mowell. Down underneath, that's a strong move by Ramaker, no whistle, and Ramaker finishes. Ramaker's got 4. That's his first bucket since the first possession of the game. Vikes have done a nice job on the junior. There's 3 really good juniors, and that's another careless pass there. Aiden Barr, you kind of pull your hair out on those plays, but when he makes the no-look passes and they work, it's a thing of beauty for the Vikings. Here's Mowell. Cole Wiedmeyer battling Ramaker underneath as he's got the size advantage. So see if they're able to go inside to Ramaker. Instead, they're going to get it to Josiah Mowell. Here is Kaufman. Kaufman to the corner with Jans. Off of a screen goes John Kuhn, and Mowell finds himself in the corner once again. Springs going to reset up top of the key with Ramaker. Jans driving on Gensler. Cole was almost in the passing lane once again. Mowell has it. Nice pass fake around Gensler. Oh, man. Jans couldn't finish, and Kaufman is hacked by Chop Simmons. WLA students don't like it. I don't think the WLA bench liked it much either, but it did look like Simmons got a piece of the arm of Kaufman. Vikings are going to be in foul trouble here, and this is the problem if the whistles aren't even on both ends of the floor. First free throw up and off for Kaufman. And it's not a ridiculous amount, but the Vikings have a couple of players now with 2 personal fouls, both Jacob Tyson and Chop Simmons, players that play the same position. And that's banked in from Tom Kaufman. 4 for 7 from the charity stripe. And Barr is going to tell Ethan Cole to clear out, go to the corner. That's where Barr finds Cole. He goes to the middle of the paint. Offensive rebound. Lucas Wigan gets another offensive board. Can't finish. Blocked underneath. Nice play there by Springs defensively. Kaufman pokes it away from Wiedmeyer. It ends up with Ramaker. He's into the open court. He's going to stop from 3, kick it out, and swing it around to Jans. Jans has Ramaker, instead going to go against Gensler. Nice defense by Noah Gensler. Down the lane goes Ramaker. Bulls his way through, and he's got 6. That's a great take from Lucas Ramaker to just get the ball to point blank and finish. Springs retakes the lead. As Aiden Barr shimmies a couple of times. He's blocked. That's nice defense by John Kuhn. Kuhn's length got to Barr there. Kuhn into the front court. Down the paint. Offensive foul. But Ethan Cole kind of grabbed the lower back there. You hope he's okay if you're a Viking fan, certainly. I think if you're a Flyway basketball fan, you hope Ethan Cole's okay. Don't want to see any of these top players in the conference. Ethan Cole, Addison Middlestat, Ramaker. Oh, John Kuhn's got another steal. He's got a block and then picks the pocket of Aiden Barr, and Barr's just going to, that's a frustration foul if nothing else. And it's going to send Kuhn to the free throw line. It's the 8th team foul, so it'll be 1-1. Don't talk to the Vikings about shooting bonus free throws. Not after Tuesday. Kuhn misses it, and a good rebound from Cole. Vikings missed plenty of front ends of 1-1s. In fact, 3 of them in the final minute to drop a 7-point lead with about a minute left to Kiel. One of the common opponents that both of these teams have played. WLA lost in overtime. Springs beat them in overtime. Here's a corner 3. This one looks good, and it's a better shot from Josiah Mowell. And it's a 4-point lead for Springs, 23-19. Springs weathered the WLA run, and now playing a little bit better, seeing a couple of shots fall. They're switching everything out at the perimeter. Underneath to Lucas Wigan. Wigan can't get that one to go. Rebound down to Ramaker. Ramaker into the front court, running the break. Down the lane he goes. Baseline, can't get it to go. Blocked by Ethan Cole partially, I want to say there. Either that or he lost control of it. Rebound down to Noah Gensler, and Cole's got it now in the front court. 7.5 minutes to play. Cole goes off the screen from Wigand. He rolls, and it goes off the foot of a Springs player as Lucas Wigand was trying to collect that for the Vikes. So it'll stay with WLA. Quick. First, well, I shouldn't say that. We were well behind schedule with this game, but got my scout advanced, we'll call him the director of advanced analytics and scouting for WLA TV, Coach John Supernand. Mayville 31, Campbell Sport 29. That is being played at Campbell Sport, by the way. Tell you what, and if Campbell Sport wins that, WLA wins this, they're going to get Flitter on a cheap one here at half court. I believe that's just Flitter's first, though. No, that's his third. I'm sorry. I was marking the wrong column there. Flitter's got 3. But if Campbell Sport able to knock off Mayville, WLA knocks off Springs, we'll have a 4-way tie for first place in the Flyway. I want to talk about a second half that's going to matter. Cole Wiedmeyer able to get it out to Aiden Barr, who finds top of the key Sam Lair. Hands off to Ethan Cole. Cole saying, come give me a screen. Wigand's trying to work for it. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole, and he's fouled. Cole will go to the free throw line. Now, as physical as that, as we've seen things get in this first half, couple of cheapies there. And that's the second on John Kuhn, who had been the most successful defender on Ethan Cole to this point in the game. And Ethan Cole will take his second trip to the free throw line. What a fun Flyway season this has been. And I know on the girls' side, especially with first front end of another bonus free throw trip goes awry for the Vikings. Here's Mowell. We'll talk a little bit more about the Flyway Conference. Here's a Sam Kuhn 3. That misses. Offensive rebound. Mowell kicks it back out. Sam Kuhn's going to try a floater. He hit it. That's a nice offensive rebound there from Noah Mowell, who's doing the little things. He's got 3 points here in the first half, but a couple of offensive rebounds as well. And Sam Kuhn's got himself 4 points. Aiden Barr into the front court on the right wing. Kicks out top of the key Sam Lair, who hasn't really gotten going yet. Teams know they can't leave Sam open for 3. And the Vikings having a tough time manufacturing an open one for him. Aiden Barr gets to the free throw line. Behind the back dribble, and he finishes. That is a jumper. That is a thing of beauty for Aiden Barr. And that's what I'm talking about. He'll turn the ball over every now and again, but when he's got the ball on a string most times, and it's a 2-point play for the Vikings. Here's Sam Kuhn in the corner. Jans Ramaker has Mowell in the corner if he wants him. Now going to kick it out there. Mowell spins on Barr, and he traveled. Barr pulled the proverbial pulling of the chair there. Barr just stepped out of the way, and I think Mowell kind of spun himself out of the play there. 5:51 to play. You can't even get a side conversation going tonight. Wanted to talk about what Campbell Sport has brought to the Flyway. Coach Jans is building something special by all accounts down in Mayville. And, of course, these two teams. Here's Ethan Cole. Quick release. Can't get it to go. Kind of kicked his head to the side there. No one stops the ball for the Vikings. And a nice finish. Battling through the contact of Ethan Cole. Lucas Ramaker's got 8. Cole still has a game high, but Ramaker has a team high for Springs with those 8 points. Springs in a shifting zone. Vikes trying to figure out a way to get it into the high post. Sam Lair, I'll tell you what, this would be a time to get Sam Lair going here against a zone. And Ethan Cole's going to draw another foul. I think Coach Krieger there wanted Cole on a hook, offensive foul instead. It'll be another bonus chance for Ethan Cole. He's about two for every 3 on the free throws, and he went 2 for 3 to start this one. That's the 8th team foul for Springs. Cole with a couple of rhythm dribbles. That looks better, yeah. Cole's 3 of his first 4 from the line, and it looks like it's going to be a night where he perhaps makes a few more trips. I shouldn't say stuff like that because next thing you know, we'll be doing the post game, and Cole finishes with 5 free throw attempts. But he goes 2 for 2 here, so he's 4 for 5 from the line, cuts the Springs lead back to 4. Sam Kuhn going to run point for the Ledgers now. Gets it here near side. Jans down to the corner. That's Mowell. Mowell top of the key. Ramaker. Springs leading scorer has 8. They continue to run that cut through. Gets Sam Kuhn free. And here is Ramaker. Pardon me. Ramaker working on Cole. Finds Kuhn. Kuhn guarded by Sam Lair. Top of the key. Ramaker between the circles. Good patience from Springs on this possession. Every time WLA's cut it to this 4 points, since it's been about 21-17, every time WLA's cut it to 4, Springs has pushed it back to 6. Can they do it here? Down the lane goes Jans, working on Gensler. Finds Ramaker, left wing 3. This one misses. And that's a good box out. It's going to stay here. I think the Springs bench talked him into that one. Jacob Tyson was boxing out furiously. Got hooked by Kaufman, and the foul goes on Jacob Tyson. I'll tell you what, if this was a college game, they'd go back and review that. That might be a flagrant on Kaufman because he hooked and held, and that is a point of emphasis in the NCAA. Misses the rebound, so no effect on the scoreboard. Now, at the end of the day, it was a foul on Jacob Tyson, but that's the hook and hold thing where it leads to the foul. Here's Ethan Cole at the free throw line. That's a nice job by Ramaker to affect the shot. Tyson battling underneath. Kaufman ends up with it. That's also Jacob Tyson's 3rd foul, so you got to be careful there if you're Jacob Tyson for the last 3 minutes and change here in the first half. Sam Kuhn has it in the corner, guarded by Sam Lair. Goes baseline. Nice bounce pass into Kaufman. Kaufman can't get it to go. It's too strong. Offensive rebound, Kaufman lost control of it. Sam Kuhn was standing out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Vikings. Nice defensive set there from WLA. Kaufman not able to finish underneath. Tell you what, though, Tom Kaufman and Noah Mowell, number 11 and number 25 for Springs, have done a nice job on the offensive glass to give Springs more possessions. Between that and WLA being careless with the basketball early, Springs has had more possessions than WLA has. I would imagine WLA probably shooting a slightly higher percentage. Here's another turnover. Into the front court comes Mowell. Looked like it might have been kicked. Instead, Mowell gets on the floor. In the corner, this is the other Mowell, Josiah. Down the lane goes Ramaker. And they punched an offensive foul. Oh, man, that's not a great look there on the far side. They punch an offensive foul and then change it. Who'd they get? They pointed at Aiden Barr, gave themselves the time to think about it, and Ethan Cole ends up with a foul. That's the first on Ethan Cole, but that is not an ideal. Well, we'll leave it at that. Ramaker misses the front end, and Springs, Coach Krieger can't like what he has seen from the free throw line. I can't imagine. Second from Ramaker is good. 1 for 2 is about what Springs is shooting, a little bit less than 1 for 2 here tonight. They've left some points out, and that's why it's only a 5-point lead. Gensler, Barr, Lair, Cole, top of the key. Barr thought about it, now going to go Gensler. Left wing 3 on the way. This one misses off the top of the rim and over the top of the backboard. Aiden Barr with the extra pass there. I'll tell you, with Aiden's, he's 9 for his last, let me check my notes here. 9 for his last 14. Extra pass is good and all, but top of the key 3, I think I'd have taken that if I was Aiden Barr. That's why I'm not. Josiah Mowell down the paint, kicks it to Ramaker. Right wing 3 on the way. This looks good. He hit it. Yeah, it's Lucas Ramaker into double figures. He's got 13. Check that, 12. Just went 1 for 2 last trip, so 12 for Lucas Ramaker, and it's an 8-point Springs lead. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole, kicks it to the corner. Gensler's going to try another one. This one looks short. It is short. Offensive rebound down to Ethan Cole. Cole in the corner, battles through some contact, bounces to Sam Lair, back to Cole. Vikings got to get a couple of good possessions here before the break. The defense has been okay. Skip past the Lair, top of the key Gensler. There's Barr on the left wing. Finds Cole in the corner. Going to trigger a left corner three. That is so tough. He was falling away, and the ball came up short. Here's Josiah Mowell. Behind the back pass to Ramaker. Jans has it left wing. Down to the corner. Mowell going to drive on Barr. Nice defense there by Aiden Barr. This is Noah Mowell, who ends up getting it down to Ramaker. Lucas Ramaker's got a dozen. Trails only Ethan Cole in that department. I got Cole for 15 first half points. Mowell is working underneath. That's Noah Mowell working on Sam Lair. Lair doing a nice job, and they're letting him play. I like that. Here's Kaufman. Ramaker. This has been almost a minute possession here for Springs as they continue to be patient. Ramaker between the circles. This is Jans off a Kaufman screen. Kicks it back to Kaufman, and he's blocked. Kaufman was blocked, and it'll stay with Springs. 1 minute and 5 seconds left here in the first half. Can Springs extend this out to a double-digit lead before the horn sounds? And there's a 5-second call. Nice defense by the Vikings, withstanding a couple of moving screens and still forcing the 5-second whistle. Crucial for the Vikes here to get at least one good possession here before the end of the first half. Cut into this 8-point Springs lead. Here's Lair. Has it on the right wing. Aiden Barr has it between the circles. Back to Lair. He's open for three. That's as open as he's going to get. And it got blocked by Ramaker. That's just a terrific athletic play by Lucas Ramaker. Oh, they left Josiah Mowell open for three, and it's a 12-point Springs lead. Josiah Mowell's got 10, and it's an 11-point Springs lead. Pardon me, 11-point, not 12. Got ahead of myself there. Here's Aiden Barr, Noah Gensler. That's tipped away by Josiah Mowell. He's had a terrific first half. Down to Jans. Jans fouled. And that's the second foul for Aiden Barr in the first half. Gavin Jans will head to the charity stripe.
Foul number 11 for Vikings, Aiden Barr. His second, team's 11.
Jans' first free throw attempt is good. Huge first half free throw disparity here. Second free throw for Jans is good as well. 13-point lead. And, I mean, if you're the Vikings at this point, just don't turn it over. They haven't taken care of the basketball, nothing else. Haven't really missed shots. Here's a three ball missed by Aiden Barr, and that'll be the end of the first half. Horn sounds, and it's a 13-point St. Mary's Springs lead. Headed into the halftime locker room. We'll add up some halftime facts and figures for you here on Junior Viking Night. Got the youth programs and the developmental programs in here at WLA. And certainly the future looks bright for WLA basketball. Will the immediate future look bright? Second half on the way. WLA trails by 13. Halftime coming up next. Introducing some of the future Vikings, hopefully future Vikings. got the junior Vikes out there. And fun to see all the little guys running around and hopefully having successful seasons as well. Just got an update from Coach Supernand. Early in that second half down at Campbellsport, Campbellsport's gone on a 10-0 run to take a 39-31 lead. So Campbellsport's holding up its end of the bargain, now with an 8-point lead over Mayville. And if they win that, they will go level with Mayville on record. But currently, that will still be a game behind Springs. WLA down here by 13 points. WLA really struggling there in the last 10 minutes or so of that first half. It seemed like you blinked and they had 17, and they just finished that first half with 23, specifically the last few minutes when they just did not take care of the basketball very well. First half stats for Springs. Tom Kaufman had 1 point from the line, as did John Kuhn, although John Kuhn, and Kaufman really. Kaufman and Noah Mowell. Mowell had 3. But you look at what Kaufman and Mowell were able to do on the offensive glass, and then what John Kuhn was able to do defensively against Ethan Cole until he had to leave with foul trouble. Very impactful players despite not scoring a whole lot there in the first half. So 1 for John Kuhn, 1 for Tom Kaufman, 3 for Noah Mowell, just 2 for Gavin Jans. Now, Jans, second leading scorer on the team, averages 13.5 points per game, but also averages nearly 4 assists per game, and we've seen that here in the first half as well. 3 for Luke Flitter. Sam Kuhn off the bench with 4 points for Springs. Josiah Mowell is usually the third leading scorer, averages about 13 a game. He had 10 in the first half. Ramaker averages 16 a night, and he had a dozen there in that first half. For the Vikings, as has been the case a lot this season, the scoring a little bit simpler than that. Just 2 points for Jacob Tyson and 2 points for Sam Lair. 4 points for Aiden Barr, and Ethan Cole had 15. That adds up to the 23 points that the Vikings had, and very Ethan Cole reliant here in the first half. Vikes got to find a way to get a little bit more production, find it from elsewhere coming up here in the second half if they're going to steal one from Springs. Again, if Campbellsport finishes out that road or home win against Mayville and WLA is able to somehow come back and win this one here tonight, we'll have a 4-way tie for first place in the Flyway Conference. This has been a fun league to watch this season. You know, on the girls' side, it looks like it's Laconia and everyone else. Laconia, and then the battle for second will come in a couple of weeks. In fact, 15 days from tonight, 2 weeks from tomorrow, we will see Springs girls in town here at WLA, and that'll be the regular season finale for both clubs. And my guess is that will decide who, takes second place behind Laconia, or tie for second place behind Laconia if the Vikings able to knock off Springs. Springs knocking off WLA earlier this season. A lot to get to in this second half. Don't go anywhere. The Vikings offense averages 71.6 points per game for a reason. Springs is very good defensively, held them to 61 points the last time these two got together, but Vikings are a sleeping giant offensively. We'll see if they can get it going coming up in about 3 minutes. Stay with us. Just about ready to get going here. Jordan King, want to welcome you back here for the second half on WLA TV. 15 points for Ethan Cole was not nearly enough in that first half. That's almost the deficit that the Vikings went into halftime with. They trail 36-23 and need a turnaround here offensively. Got a text message. WLA struggling against the zone. I would agree with that. Gensler just able to tiptoe in. Get it back to Sam Lair, top of the key. Ethan Cole going to work. Down to the corner. Aiden Barr's first triple of the night. This one misses. And it's tipped out by Noah Gensler. No, they're going to say Mowell tipped it out last. So it'll stay with the Vikings. A little bit of a fortuitous opportunity here with an extra possession. Ethan Cole hits the three. Now that one was good defense. You can't blame. I couldn't tell if that was Ramaker or Jans or who that was guarding Ethan Cole. You can't fault him there. The hand was in Ethan Cole's face. Cole just hit it. Here is Gavin Jans. Down to the corner. This is Ramaker. Works on Cole. Lobs it over to Mowell. The length of Springs is just so impressive. Able to throw those passes nice and high over the defense of the Vikings. Oh, I'll tell you what, I thought Ramaker got rid of it before he went to the floor. Not the turf. If this was the turf, we'd see Coach Highland across the way with his 492 victories. Coach Krieger in too bad himself over there for the basketball team, I'll tell you that much. He's a heck of a coach. Ethan Cole able to tip one away here. Mowell not able to save it. The Vikes once again able to manufacture another possession by getting their hands into the passing lane. But they still trail by 10. Got to get something other than an Ethan Cole 25-footer. Got to get something else going here offensively. They've been able to do that as of late. Here goes Ethan Cole. How about Ethan Cole at the rim? The rack attack from Ethan Cole. He's got 20 points, and the Vikes are back within 8. Cole is grimacing, headed back down the other side of the floor. I don't know if he's necessarily 100%. That time Jans wasn't looking. Ramaker threw it to him. Check that. That was Mowell who threw it to him. Here's the other Mowell. That's Noah. Kicks it out to Josiah Mowell, who drives on Aiden Barr once again. Kicks it out to Gensler. The patience from Springs is just contagious for their team. And the Vikes doing a nice job defensively, but it is hard to play defense extended minutes like they're having to do. Ramaker finds Kaufman. He's not even looking at the basket. Lucas Wigan is not leaving the paint. Here once again is Ramaker. He's working on Ethan Cole. Cole comes out to meet him. Couple steps outside the three-point line. Can't get it to go. Tipped by Cole, collected by Sam Lair. Lair looks far side, Aiden Barr. Barr finds Lair. Gonna step down the paint, floats it, can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Gavin Jans, crashing the glass defensively. Really chased that rebound down. And Ramaker is wide open. Left wing three, missed it short. Offensive rebound once again comes to Kaufman. He's gotten a bunch of them. Here's a corner three on the way, and that is, well, you don't see that very often. And it'll go back over to the Vikings. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Ledgers. I've never really thought about this, but here's my proposition. I don't think that should be a jump ball. And now the arrow goes back to WLA, so it's not all bad. But if you miss it that badly, right? Like it's not, I mean, it's hitting the rim, I suppose. Hitting two of the rims, I guess, but doesn't seem like it's close enough to warrant another opportunity. Ramaker missed another layup attempt there underneath, and Noah Gensler collected the rebound. Ethan Cole's going to trigger another three. He hit another three. That's the 5th triple of the night for Ethan Cole, and the Vikes are back within 5 as Cole's on another personal 8-0 run since the start of the second half. Down the lane goes Gavin Jans. He throws it straight to Aiden Barr. Barr into the front court. Oh, he carried it. Didn't see it, and Aiden Barr finishes. I don't think anyone saw it happen. Springs wasn't complaining about it. I don't think anyone saw that. It certainly looked like Barr carried the ball, but maybe I just saw it wrong. And Aiden Barr, Ethan Cole, and the Vikings are on a 10-0 run. They trail by just 3 points. Well, the Vikings can go 10 minutes and score 6 points, or they can go 3 minutes and 37 seconds and score a dozen. This offense make you pull your hair out, and then it'll put the biggest smile on your face if you're a Viking fan. They trail by just 3. Ethan Cole's got 23 now after the latest 3. Aiden Barr's got 6. So 26 of the points here tonight, 27 of the points for the Vikings tonight, coming from those two. I don't even know if that's right. It might even be 29 points for WLA. Top of the key, this is Ramaker. Goes around a screen, down the paint. That's a strong take. Lucas Ramaker has himself 14 points. 5-point lead restored for Springs. Their largest lead was their halftime lead at 13. Barr is going to send Lucas Wigan back to the near side. He's going to go one-on-one with Flitter. Down the paint. Offensive foul. That's a good take there from Noah Mowell. I'm not going to get on my soapbox. I promise I'm not going to do it about how the restricted arc should exist in high school basketball, but maybe every game I should do that and just hope there's a WIAA official listening. Because the fact that there's no restricted circle is one of the most ridiculous things in high school basketball. Down to Flitter in the corner. He drives on Sam Lair down to the middle of the paint. Pulls through a couple of times and ends up with Ramaker top of the key. Far side, that's Josiah Mowell. Drives on Barr, spins to the middle of the paint. Count the basket. And the foul by Josiah Mowell. Good, strong take. Looked like Barr was straight up, but they're going to say, in fact, he put both hands on and shoved him. That's the 4th foul on Aiden Barr. And once again, it's frustrating for WLA because this isn't the first time we've seen officials take Aiden Barr off the floor. I mean, that's 4 fouls now, both of them coming within the span of 15 seconds, and now you're not going to see one of the conference's best players for the rest of the night. It's too bad. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole. They're going to wave that off. And the Vikes will keep it. But you can make the offensive foul call. That certainly was the correct call, but there's been some cheapies on Aiden Barr, and you just don't like seeing that in a big rivalry game when the best players on the court aren't on the court anymore. Down the lane goes Cole. Once again, they're going to say it was on the floor. A couple of quick fouls on the Springs. WLA's depth does not lend itself to foul trouble either. Or I should say it does lend itself to being in foul trouble. Nice entry pass from Sam Lair to Noah Gensler. Gensler's taken a while to get going, but he's got his first points of the game. Back to a 5-point Springs lead. Top of the key. This is Jans. Swing it down to Flitter. Flitter in the corner. Surveys the court. Top of the key, Ramaker going to drive on Ethan Cole. Hands off to Flitter, middle of the paint. Steps through. Lobs it back to Jans. Good ball movement. Ends with a Ramaker 3 in the corner. Comes up short. Good box, Jacob Tyson. And that's going to be a foul by Noah Mowell. That's the second for Mowell. 12 minutes and 55 seconds left in this one. WLA has turned a 13-point Springs halftime lead into a 5-point Springs lead at the current asking. Lair has his pocket picked, and it's thrown away in the front court once again by Springs. Springs has been able to take it away from WLA, get a couple of transition opportunities, but they've also thrown a couple away in the transition as well. Lair went between the legs and behind the back before getting it poked away by Ramaker on the last possession. He's going to take it straight to the WLA logo, take a 30-second timeout, And we'll keep it right here, just the 30 seconds. Just a confirmation here, Cole has hit the 5 threes. He has 23 points, I'm sorry. Aiden Barr's got 6. Lair, Tyson, Gensler all with 2. 29 of the 35 coming from the 2 captains of the squad, a couple of seniors that have poured a lot into the program for the Vikings and have drugged them through tonight's game. Much more balanced for Springs. 13-5 is the free throw count currently. Springs has shot 13. WLA has shot just 5. All of them have been Ethan Cole. Springs back into the zone. That worked so well there in the first half. See if the Vikes can do a little bit better than getting 6 points in 10 minutes this time. If they don't, Springs might already have enough points to win this one. Cole's into the backcourt. It was tipped by Springs. Down to the corner, that's Ethan Cole. Uses a Sam Lair screen to get free. Far near side, Cole Wiedmeyer. They do not sag very far off Ethan Cole. That's a smart thing. Cole's got it now on the left wing, trapped with a couple of players. They don't trap Cole super hard, though, and again, that's another good thing if you're Springs. Gensler lost control of it. No, they're going to say it was tapped out by Springs. And again, I think that was a little bit fortuitous there for the Vikings. Gensler put his head straight down. I think he thought he dribbled it up, just lost control of it. They're going to try to get it in. Looks to Jacob Tyson. Tyson collects, able to keep his dribble. Kicks it out to Ethan Cole, top of the key between the circles, working on Lucas Ramaker. Ramaker almost picked his pocket. Cole has it now, has to get rid of it. Finds Sam Lair, kicks it out to Ethan Cole. Shot fake, down the paint he goes. Euro step through, and a foul. They're going to say it was on the floor again. Cole throws his hands in the air. He thought he was shooting. I think in the NBA you're shooting there, but I'm not so sure that was a shooting foul. Cole tries to get position. Lobbed in there from Sam Lair. And Cole's going to take it back out to the WLA logo. A little late there as Springs went back to man and no one had Sam Lair. Gensler's going to fire up a 3 and miss it. Ramaker strong down with the board. He's into the front court. Looks to the corner. Gets it back from Jans. Ramaker traveled. 11:14 to play. Campbellsport 46, Mayville 41 with 6.5 minutes to play down in Campbellsport. If the Cougars can hold on to a 5-point lead, they'll join Mayville at 7-3 in the conference. That's a jump ball. Strong play by Sam Lair to keep it, but a good job by both Kaufman and Ramaker to tie it up for Springs. Arrow says WLA ball, and Lair will once again walk down to the carpet behind the backboard and try to get it in. Jacob Tyson is the 4th option once again, but they get it to him. Bounce pass through to Cole Wiedmeyer. Kicks it far side. 3 on the way. Gensler, oh, that looked so good, but it's short. Gensler just can't buy one recently. He's down in the low 20s. And another Springs pass thrown away. That's Gavin Jans, who probably hasn't hit his best night, all things considered. Jans averages 13.5. He's got just 2. He's had a couple of turnovers here in the second half as well. But a big player and has had the assignment of Ethan Cole. We've seen a lot of players have the assignment of Ethan Cole and struggle on the other end of the floor. So that's not anything new necessarily. Cole dribbles that one off his feet. That is something new. Ethan Cole doesn't do that very often. So into the front court, we see John Kuhn. Kuhn has not played much here in this second half. Haven't seen either Kuhn very often. They're both on the floor now. Here's Sam Kuhn. The lefty dribbles with the left hand down the paint. Kicks it back out to John Kuhn, who's going to work on Sam Lair, and he traveled. Good defense by the Vikings once again. WLA has done well enough on the defensive side to force Springs into some turnovers. Now, some of them unforced errors, but WLA has played nice defense as well. Noah Walta for his first action, and I'll tell you what, I love WLA basketball when Noah Waltz is on the floor. We'll see if he can get something going. Springs back into the man-to-man. They get the switch. Kuhn working on Cole. Down the paint goes Gensler, up with the floater and finishes. Noah Gensler down the lane, and he's got 4. See if that gets him going a little bit from a little further out. John Kuhn hands to Gavin Jans. Down the lane goes Jans. That's not a foul. No way, no how. As they say, Gensler, I'll tell you what, they say it's a shooting foul. So you can rewind this, and you can tell me if Gensler put his hands down, because he didn't. First free throw is no good. That one misses for Gavin Jans. He was 2 for 2 prior to that. Now again, you want to call a bump, you want to say block, you can make that argument. It wasn't a block either. But you can't go over to the scorer's table and say that he hammered him. You can't say that he brought down both of his arms if that's not what he did. Ethan Cole into the front court, dribbled it off his foot again. Vikings slowly but surely getting back into this one. Trail by just 3 now. This is the slimmest the Springs lead has been in the second half. Vikes have got it to 3. This is the second time they've gotten it to 3, but they have not gotten it closer. Down the lane goes Josiah Mowell, and they're going to say he double dribbled and headed back the other way. So WLA has been gifted a couple of extra possessions here in the second half. They've taken care of the basketball a little bit better than they did in the first half, and that's part of why they're back into it. Down the lane goes Cole, up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Tyson fighting for the rebound, and well, they're going to say Jacob Tyson, the back of Jacob Tyson's leg tied it up there, I guess. I don't know. Good thing for the Vikings it wasn't a foul, because Jacob Tyson would have picked up, I believe, number 4 there had they whistled it. Here's Flitter into the front court. Far side, that's Mowell. Has it poked away, but gets to his intended target, which was Josiah Mowell. And Josiah Mowell can't finish it, but he's fouled by Cole Wiedmeyer. 4th team foul for the Vikings. Couple of rhythm dribbles for Mowell. Thought he left it short, but it crawls over that front edge of the rim. First points of the second half. Check that. Mowell did have a layup earlier. He has 13 points. Second free throw up and good. So Mowell's above his 13.2 points per game average, up at 14 points, and the lead back up to 5 for the Springs. Here is Gensler, shot fake. At the high post, misses it. Just hit the backboard on that one, did Noah Gensler. You can still see they respect Gensler as a shooter. They flew out and ran him off the three-point line there. Flitter goes flying through the lane rather acrobatically. Can't get it to go. Rebound down to Noah Walta. Far side, Ethan Cole. Vikes trail by 5. Walta has it between the circles. He's going to drive on the right side, keep his dribble. Down the floor goes Ethan Cole. Timeout, Coach Nell. And we'll see if we finally get a full timeout. I don't know if we've had a full timeout tonight. And we'll see if we get the first full timeout. It's just a 30. Why not? They're going to test. They're going to take the voice straight to the breaking point tonight. 42-37. 61-52 with a minute remaining. Looks like Campbellsport's going to knock off the Cards. Mayville will be 7-3. Campbellsport will be 7-3. If the current results hold here, Springs will be 8-2. WLA will drop to 6-4 in Flyway play. If WLA can turn around this 5-point deficit into a win, then we will have 4 teams at 7-3 in the Flyway. The Vikes have a huge week next week. They go to Mayville on Tuesday before welcoming in Campbellsport on Friday. We'll have that here on WLA TV. Man, what a week that's going to be for WLA. Here's Noah Walta. Springs back in his zone. Cole open for 3. Short. And tapped out by Gensler. Reminder, a lot of this for the Vikings. Now, Barr was part of the initial run, but the Vikings have not had Aiden Barr on the floor for the better part of 7 minutes now, as a couple of ticky-tack whistles sent him to the bench. Here's Flitter down the paint. Nice step through. Finds Mowell. And you're going to say he traveled. Huh. It looked awkward. I don't know if he traveled. Well, whatever. WLA basketball, that's the result. Here's Noah Walta crossing over. Looks back to Cole, poked away. That's into the backcourt. Cole will be able to collect. As Mowell, check that, Jans was the one who got his hand on it. Going to use a Jacob Tyson screen. Down the lane goes Cole. Corner, 3 on the way by Walta, misses, and Mowell fouled Wiedmeyer. It should stay here as Josiah Mowell went colliding in there. Just a second on Mowell. Underneath, it's Walta trying to get it in. Has it tipped. There's Tyson, hands to Cole. Cole guarded by Ramaker. Crosses, spins, lane, fouled. 2 shots for Ethan Cole upcoming. It'll be his 4th trip to the line tonight. He is 4 for 5. That's the 3rd on Gavin Jans. As Cole went barreling through the paint. First free throw from Ethan Cole is just a little bit off. Cole has not been able to. I wonder the last time there was game action when Ethan Cole was able to take a seat on a bench. Walking wounded. Gonna have to scrape him off the floor, drag him off the floor tonight though, because rivalry games mean something more. Cole makes the next one. He is 5 for 7 from the line, and the lead is now 4. Down to the corner, that's Kaufman. Off of a couple of screens, Ramaker. That's what I would do if I were Springs too. Run Ethan Cole off some screens here. Ramaker has it in the corner, shot fake. Top of the key, Flitter. Flitter finds Kaufman. Near side, this is Jans. Gets it back out to Flitter. Point guard for the time being, working on Aiden Barr. Barr's got to be careful, got 4 fouls. Ramaker uses a Gavin Jans screen. Jans pops, now sets down Gensler, kicks it to Ramaker, who hits the 3. Lucas Ramaker with just 5 points here in the second half, but they've been big ones, stifling WLA runs. He's got 17 points now. Crossing over his Barr, poked away, almost completed the steal. That would have been Mowell with the theft. Down the lane goes Gensler, can't get that one to go. Cole able to get the rebound on the near side. Fights through a little contact there. Step back, triple on the way. This one hit! Ethan Cole's got 6 threes tonight. And it's back to a 4-point game. What a response from Ethan Cole. And the Vikes are back within 4. Vikes needed something like that in the worst way. Ramaker able to get it free from Cole. Bounce pass underneath Kaufman. Blocked by Ethan Cole. Aiden Barr's got the board. Up ahead for the Vikings. Trying to use some of the momentum. Down the lane he goes. Up with the right hand. He's blocked. And Flitter's got it now. Springs wants to run. Up ahead to Mowell. Mowell down the paint. Oh, they're going to say 2 shots. That is his, well, I won't say it. My goodness. That is a star, what I call a star call. That's bad. Want everyone to know you're here. Cole was there. That's the second foul on Ethan Cole. Mowell goes to the free throw line where he's perfect. That's a great take by Josiah Mowell. Put the pressure on the official to make a call and see if they'll make the incorrect one like they did there. Smart play. 5-point lead. He is now 6 for Springs. That's a good response for the Ledgers. Barr behind the back. Going to use a Tyson screen. No, going to decline it. Go to the corner. Gensler's got to hit one of these here. That one rattles off. Jacob Tyson fights for the offensive board. Tapped out by Springs, and it'll stay with the Vikings. Good hustle by Jacob Tyson to earn yet another possession for WLA. And the temperature just starting to rise here. Fans starting to get anxious. Student sections certainly heading towards that way. Aiden Barr between the circles working on Flitter. Finds Cole, shot fake. Down the paint he goes, Euro step. Nice pass to Jacob Tyson. He double clutches, can't get it to go. Jacob Tyson fighting for the rebound, and he fouls Gavin Jans. Tyson double clutches, not able to get it. Coach Nell didn't like something there.
Falls on Jacob Tyson. His fourth.
It's the fourth on Tyson. Far side. Here's top of the key. Ramaker. He got free from a moving screen, and Ramaker knocks it down. Couple of big triples. Lucas Ramaker is a player now. He's got 20. Triple on the way for Barr. Missed it. That was a wasted possession for the Vikings. Ramaker's into the front court. Jans, corner. Mowell off a screen. Flitter. Bounce pass underneath to Noah Mowell. And Ethan Cole's got to be careful here. He was very, he was right in the face there. Oh, and Tyson's going to foul out here. And then they get the wrong player. That was Ethan Cole underneath. My goodness. I mean, that's elementary stuff there. That was on Ethan Cole every day of the week. And Coach Nell's going to take a full timeout. We're going to take it with him and calm down here. You got to get the right guy on a foul. It's too bad. Back after this on WLA TV. So the rest of tonight's contest will be played without Jacob Tyson. He'll finish with 2 points. And Noah Mowell will try to build on a 1-for-2 night from the free throw line thus far. First free throw is good. (21-7) is the free throw count. That's just for your information. I'm not making any judgments. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole, kicks it to Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer to Gensler, top of the key. Cole pulls through. He's guarded by Jans. Doubled now. Down to the corner. Sam Lair, 3. Missed it short. Rebound down to Gavin Jans. Jans into the front court. Has Mowell up there as well. Down the lane, Josiah Mowell bounces. And underneath, Noah Mowell finishes through the contact. 6 points for Noah Mowell. 12-point lead for Springs. Did WLA just run out of steam tonight? I think that might be the question that we ask at the end of this one. We'll see. Down the lane goes Sam Lair. He leaves that short. Not Lair's night. Not Lair's stretch of the season right now. Flitter. Far side, that is Ramaker. He's had a terrific night tonight underneath, and Mowell is starting to work underneath. Noah Mowell's got 8. That's going to force another timeout from Coach Nell. Full timeout for Coach Nell. We'll take it with him. Come back with us on WLA-TV. Back here at WLA, Vikings trail by 14. Barr's going to let it roll into the front court. Down the lane he goes. Blocked by Flitter. Ooh, and the stare down from Flitter as well. A little extra there. It's a rivalry game, I guess, right? That's tipped from Barr. It'll stay with the Vikings. And Ethan Cole will now throw it in for WLA, guarded again by Gavin Jans. Aiden Barr down the lane. Kicks it top of the key, Gensler. Cole guarded by Mowell down the lane. Well, that's a foul, I guess. On the floor, Ethan Cole will go to the line for bonus free throws. Cole hits the front end here. He's hit 2, missed 1, hit 2, missed 1, hit 2. He's due to miss this one, as the season average is 68.1, so that would just about make sense. But he makes this one. So Cole is 7 for 9 from the line, and the lead is 12. Ramaker looks underneath to Mowell, instead goes top of the key to Josiah Mowell. Here's Flitter, also looking into Noah Mowell. Mowell goes against Noah Walta, and Walta does a nice job going straight up. That's been a foul all night, though. And not that time. Straight up and down has been a foul. Down the lane, Ethan Cole count the basket and the foul. And Cole lets out a yell there, as he is just excited to see one get called a shooting foul. Cole's got 31. That one misses for Cole, so he'll be 7 for 10 from the free throw line this evening. And the lead for Springs is 10. Wow, how do you have contact like that? Ramaker misses it. Walta gets the rebound. Ethan Cole is still down. He finally gets up. That was a football-style hit. I don't care if you call it on Cole or not. Ramaker's second foul. Cole's first free throw is good. And Coach Krieger, I don't think he really appreciated what he saw from Flitter there. He took him straight out after that last play where, again, that was a hockey or a football hit on Ethan Cole there. Mowell into the front court, guarded by Cole Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer bodied him and will send him to the free throw line. Just a second on Wiedmeyer. Free throw up and good for Josiah Mowell, and for all of the struggles that Springs has had from the line, Mowell is not one of them. Not the one you want to be fouling here, especially while Springs is in the single bonus, as he has hit all 5 of his free throws. That's his first miss of the night from the charity stripe. 9-point lead for Springs. Cole goes down the lane, spins, scoops up, can't get it to go. Rebound down to Mowell. Shovels to Jans, into the front court, hands off to Sam Kuhn. Kuhn back to Jans, down to Mowell in the corner. Kuhn goes off a couple of screens, gets free underneath and finishes. That's a nice cut. Sam Kuhn has been good tonight. He's got 6. Another WLA timeout. It's full once again, and the Springs lead back to 11. We'll take it with them back after this WLA TV. Back here at WLA, Vikings trying to erase an 11-point deficit with just 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. Dire straits for the Vikes at this point. Aiden Barr into the front court. They got to go quick. Here's Walta. Looks for Cole. Cole has it on the WLA logo. Gets it down to Barr. Barr down the lane. Scoops up. And late whistle. And they're going to get Kuhn on a foul here, I believe, sending Barr to the free throw line. They are going to get Jans, in fact. That's his 4th. First free throw from Aiden Barr is good. Barr shoots it at a 71.4% clip. That's best on the team. WLA trying to cut into this lead while the clock is stopped. And Barr able to do so with a couple of points. Here's Kuhn, bumped by Barr, and that'll do it tonight for Aiden Barr. Sam Lair will come back out onto the floor for the Vikings. This Springs team is going to be a tough out. The drive and the dish and the cuts and the screens, just a well-coached team by Coach Krieger, and does a lot of the fundamentals well. I'll tell you what, it was very uncharacteristic as Kuhn makes the first. Very well-coached team. They're going to be a tough out for whoever they draw come postseason, and they're going to be the Flyway leaders in just a minute and 59 seconds. They'll get word that Campbell Sport knocked off Mayville. down at Campbellsport underneath the Wiedmeyer, and Cole Wiedmeyer gets on the score sheet here. Vikes going to stay in the full court press. I don't think Kuhn's the one you want to foul after that. Ramaker, I don't know if he's necessarily the one either. Kuhn's going to have it here. The hand check. He's in the backcourt. Wow. Well, that would have been that would have typified the night, I think, right there, if that hadn't gotten called over and back. A foot and a half behind, and they still needed some help. 9-point lead here. Walt is in the backcourt. 90 seconds left. Got to go. Vikes know that this is not a safe lead. Tuesday night, they erased a lead just this size. Or they should have said they let a lead slip away of this size up at Kiel. Ramaker, and Coach Krieger wants a timeout as the ball got lobbed down into the corner. They gave him the timeout. It's full, so their solo status at the top of the Flyway will wait for a few more minutes. We'll take it with them. Back after this. Back here on WLA TV, glad to have you along this evening. Appreciate you joining us, as always, here on WLA TV. We got some time off as the winter seasons draw down to a close here. Our next broadcast isn't for 8 days. We will talk to you again next Friday as Campbellsport's in town. Next week, so the Vikings tomorrow. Ramaker hits the first. The girls play at Laconia, game that they will certainly want to. Well, you try to win every game, but that one will mean a lot for postseason seeding. Certainly could mean something for postseason seeding. Certainly, if you're the Vikings, you want to win that game. You're in the same regional as Springs. So even if you split with Springs, now you're leaving it up to the vote of some coaches. If you beat Laconia, you feel like you're a little bit more substantiated at that to be above Springs if you're WLA. So big game tomorrow for them. Next week, WLA is once again on the road for a couple of games on the girls' side of things. Gavin Jans is fouled out of tonight's game as well. And then next week, Campbellsport comes to town for the Vikings. They go to Mayville on Tuesday. That's a massive game. And then come next Friday. So the Vikings have the two teams that are ahead of them, or the two of the three teams that will be ahead of them after tonight. Spring's going to complete a season sweep for the second straight year over WLA. But the Vikings still have second place. I mean, Spring's got to take care of business the rest of the way. This is a tough Flyway conference. But Springs has split with Laconia already. Got to go take care of Mayville and Campbellsport one more time, I do believe. So not totally over, and that's thrown away from Kuhn. That was not touched by a Viking. And it should be underneath. Wasn't touched by anyone, in fact. No, that wasn't touched by a Springs player, so it should be underneath. And with the 8-point lead, Coach Krieger going to take a timeout just to make sure that his players have everything set straight here. So another full timeout. We'll take it with him. Stay with us. Back here at Winnebago Lutheran Academy, excuse me, Ethan Cole's got 32 points. The rest of the Vikings team, well, you can do the math. The rest of the Vikings team has 21. Wiedmeyer has that one poked away. That was kicked. I don't know. You figure it out at home. Springs trying to get it in. They do get it in. That's Mowell. Mowell in the corner is fouled.
Falls on number 3, Cole Wiedmeyer, his third personal.
First free throw from Noah Mowell is good. He has hit the front end of all 3 trips so far. He's missed the back end of his first 2. And is now 1 for 2 at every trip. Offensive rebound. That's a nice job from Josiah Mowell. Sam Kuhn will get fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. Vikes, that probably was just about it. Springs was trying to help you with the missed free throw, and you don't block out. Offensive rebound found by the 6'3" junior Josiah Mowell, who's had a nice night tonight. Had 10 in the first half, got to the line 3 times here in the second half, went 5 for 6 from the charity stripe. Sam Kuhn hits the first. He's 3 for 3. Second one is no good. From the line for the Ledgers. Ethan Cole down the paint, gets it to Wiedmeyer, poked away, and Ramaker will be fouled by Gensler. And we're in the part of the night where if you're a student, you have to endure the waves and the blown kisses and the pageantry that goes along with a rivalry game. Ramaker makes the first. Ramaker's got 22 tonight. And 23 with that made free throw. 4 for 6 from the line. Tonight was Lucas Ramaker. Down the lane goes that's Sam Lair. Lair has it tipped up by Cole. Cole fouls, and 12-point lead with 24. I think that should probably be the last foul that we see this evening.
Foul on number 4, Ethan Cole. His 5th personal foul.
And Cole will be the 4th player to foul out of this game, 3rd Viking. And he will foul out with 32 points. Well, if you've watched a lot of Flyway Conference basketball this year, and you don't think Ethan Cole is the player of the year, we just have different opinions on basketball. 2 for 2 from the line from Noah Mowell. Cole finally gets a chance to sit on the bench. I know he won't like that. Down lane goes Lair, and he traveled. Springs will dribble it out, and that'll do it. 67-53 will be the final score this evening, a 14-point Springs win over WLA in their 2 meetings this season. Springs will have beaten WLA by a combined 29 points, 15 the first time, a 76-61 win at Springs. And here tonight, a 67-53 win over the Vikings. Well, it was an ugly game by most accounts. Physical game, a lot of whistle. Well, too many whistles, but that's how it goes sometimes. 67-53 is the final. We'll add up some scores here. It's going to take me a second, a little longer than normal. Normally I'm adding up 2s and 3s. There's so many 1s to add up tonight that it might take me an extra second here. Cole Wiedmeyer had 2 for the Vikings. Aiden Barr had 4 at halftime, scored another 4 in the second half to finish with 8. 2 points for Sam Lair, 2 for Jacob Tyson, 4 for Noah Gensler. And the Vikings were buoyed in large part by Ethan Cole. He had 32 points this evening in the loss, pardon me. Josiah Mowell had himself a really nice night. Scored 10 in the first half and had 7 in the second half. He finished with 19 points for Springs. 4 points for Luke Flitter. Lucas Ramaker had the game high for the Springs this evening, scoring 23 points. 1 point for Todd Kaufman. Sam Kuhn hit 3 free throws late, also hit a bucket there in the second half as well, and he finished with 9 off the bench for Coach Krieger's crew. John Kuhn had 1 point. Very good defensively. Noah Mowell had 6 points from the field and then another 5 from the free throw line, finishing with 11. And then 2 points for Gavin Jans. That closes out the scoring for St. Mary's Springs Academy. Springs moves to 13-4 on the season. That's their 7th straight win. They're also top solo in the Flyway Conference at 8-2. Mayville Campbell Sport both at 7-3. The Vikes dropped to 6-4. Laconia tonight was at Omro. North Fondy was at Lamira. Those are the 4 bottom teams in the Flyway Conference. Laconia came into tonight 4-5. Omro was 3-6. Lamira 2-7. North Fondy down in the cellar at 1-8 this season in the Flyway. So the Vikings take one on the chin, 67-53. Tomorrow night you will want to tune in to the Laconia live stream if you're a Viking fan and watch Coach Strafnagel, Coach Supernan, Coach Schwartz, and their crew try to go to the pit and steal one from the Laconia Spartans. They won there last year, a place that WLA programs have just not had. Well, not many girls programs have a lot of success over there. Not many boys programs have a lot of success over there in the pit. And the Vikings going to try to go build a rare winning streak over there against the Laconia Spartans tomorrow night. Big one for them. Otherwise, next week, largely off here on WLA TV. We'll be back in 8 days, next Friday night. WLA Campbell Sport. Hope you'll join us for that. Jordan King saying so long. Good night from WLA TV.